Our next speaker, Elizabeth Espinosa, is the TV radio host of PBS SoCal KFI. Please join me in welcoming Elizabeth Espinosa. Can we please give her a round of applause? Keep the round of applause going as she makes her way to the stage.
You're doing a lovely job, by the way. Thank you. Ani, I just want to say thank you so much. I understand this is the last story tonight, so I don't know about you, but I've been incredibly moved by each one of these stories, and there is such power in telling a story and continuing for that narrative to be out there, because we can't forget, and I think that's very important. My name is Samira Salih, al-Nuaimi. I was born in 1963 in Mosul, Iraq. I'm a lawyer, peace activist, and a human rights advocate. I have a husband and 3 loving children whose futures I fight for and to whom I dedicate my life's work. The city of Mosul sits on the west bank of the legendary Tigris River opposite the ancient Assyrian site of Nineveh. The Mosul I know is home to the University of Mosul and its renowned medical college, and is one of the largest educational and research centers in the Middle East. The Mosul I know, is a religiously and ethnically diverse city. It's a historic center for the Nestorian Christianity of the Assyrians, containing the tombs of several Old Testament prophets, including Jonah. It is home to Arabs, Assyrians, Iraqi Turkmen, Yazidis, and Kurdish people. This is the Mosul I know, the home that I adore. It is not the Mosul of today. In July of 2014, the cult known as Daesh took over my beloved city, and they began a campaign of death and destruction, the likes of which our citizen had never seen before. The campaign of death and destruction, the university was abandoned, villages were overrun, ancient sites were destroyed. Our once diverse city, makes me think of LA, right? Become coldly homogenous as we saw our neighbors, our friends, our family fleeing to escape religious persecution. You see, Daesh ordered that all religious minorities had 3 options: convert to Islam, pay heavy taxes, or die. Hundreds of thousands of people chose to flee. Each day, the militants handed down new rules and regulations. Of course, women's rights, and presence in public spaces, restricted. We were forced to abide by a very strict dress code. Even our store mannequins could not escape oppression. They went as far as to veil the faces of female mannequins. At great risk to my own safety, I continued my legal and my humanitarian work in Mosul, because I believe in exposing injustice and helping those in need. So I engaged in peace work. That included defending the civil and human rights of our citizens, as well as detainees, their rights, the poor. So I continuously updated my Facebook page with Daesh human rights abuses. You know why? Because it's my responsibility as a citizen journalist to ensure that the truth is told. In September of 2014, Daesh destroyed historical landmarks, including several mosques, shrines, and ancient sites in Mosul, my hometown. This group claimed that these religious sites promoted apostasy, or the abandonment of Islam. So I wrote a scathing criticism of their actions, and I posted it to Facebook. I did, letting the world know what I thought of their barbaric actions. On September 7th, 2014, they were masked. Masked Daesh militants invaded my home, and I was abducted. I was abducted in front of my husband and my 3 children. I was brought before a self-styled Islamic Sharia court. I was charged with and found guilty of apostasy. I was kept in a secret location for several days where I endured unspeakable torture at the hands of more masked militants who didn't even have the courage to show me their face. On September 22nd, 2014, 5 days after my initial abduction, my family, I love so much, my family received a phone call. And it was from the morgue to claim my body. I had been executed by a masked firing squad in a public square in the heart of my beloved city. My family was forbidden from giving me a funeral or my final rites. And that is why tonight and forever you won't forget. That is my story. My name is Samira Salih Ali al-Nuaimi.